So I had some other topics, but we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. The Knicks versus the Celtics, and the New York Knicks looks like, for all intents and purposes, y'all about to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It looks like, especially what happened to Jaylen.
So real quick, he's a Knicks fan.
Uh-huh.
Respect. I'm a Celtic fan. Jayson Tatum tore his Achilles. Speedy recovery. I think he can recover. He's 27. He's in the prime, athletic shape. I think somebody his age and as great as his shape is, he'll be out all next year, but he will recover.
Was it? Go ahead.
But in saying that, we were going to lose the series anyway. If let's say when he threw the ball, he didn't twist his ankle and go down, they were still going the other way up 9. So I just want to get that out the way. We didn't lose because Tatum got hurt. We were going to lose anyway. Now go ahead.
I was going to ask you, if he tears Achilles, did he rupture it?
It's done. He got surgery. He ruptured. So that's you're clean out for a year. Now when
like
Kevin
playoffs too.
When Kevin Durant did it, he was 30. He was a couple years older. He was able to rebound. Kobe Bryant was a little older. He was 34, 35.
But he did rebound.
He was on the downside.
Yeah.
The good thing about Jayson Tatum is he's 27. So if you were to ever tear an MCL or ACL or Achilles, you want to do it in your 20s, not in your 30s. But I want to get back to the playoffs because nobody saw this coming, especially as a Knicks fan. I thought we were going to win in 5. So, like I said, if I could dish it out, I got to be able to take it. I got to salute you, Knicks, which hurts. But as a Knicks fan, man, how do you feel?
No, it feels good. I mean, we're gonna take another step, which is the conference finals. But if I had to be honest, and people don't want to speculate on, well, they already got it. Indiana is no joke, and I mean, they're doing this as a number 4 seed. Correct me if I'm wrong, because Cleveland's number 1.
Yep.
And they look. I'm happy as far as the Knicks thing because I don't want to sidetrack, but I know what's around the corner waiting for us. I don't know. I think I'll be ecstatic at the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it'll be great. I think, because the Knicks, it's been a long time since we've been like that. Since we've had, I mean, now it's expected for us to go to the playoffs, but if we get to Eastern Conference Finals, the expectations get even higher.
Yeah.
I mean, the Knicks haven't won a title in I don't know how long.
Since the 70s.
Yeah, and even it's so big. I remember we did an interview with not to be funny, we did an interview with a model back then. Remember she said, she's like, yo, if the Knicks get in the finals, I'm going. If they win a championship, I'm going.
You used to live in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
If the New York Knicks get to the finals, what do you think is going to happen in New York City?
It's going to be ecstatic, man. It's going to be crazy. And let me tell you, too, if they win, whoever's on that team, it's like, for people that don't know, I'm not trying to be like Doggy and go down a history lesson on the first take. For people that don't know, Lawrence Taylor was great. I mean, he was great. And nobody says no to Lawrence Taylor in Jersey / New York till this day, just because how great. He brought 2 Super Bowls to the Giants, right? So nobody says no to him in New York. If the Knicks win a title this year, anybody on that team that was a part of that,
you golden.
No, they golden.
You eat for free.
Life. Facts. Yeah, facts. You
shouldn't
are
have to
like
pay for
a
nothing.
god. You are like a god in New York. So for them to get the Eastern Conference Finals, this is great. And I think for New Yorkers, they had to be honest. We don't care. We want to get to the finals. We want to win a title. So I think for us, we got to look at it as let's get Boston out the way. And not to be funny, if we know that Jayson Tatum's going to be out next year,
that's even another run.
So now this is our time. It's like when Jordan, not to be funny, when Jordan
Damian Lillard's gone from the Bucks.
Yep, he's going to be out. But let me say this, another quick history lesson. When Jordan left for 2 years because he wanted to go play better, because his father passed, that was Patrick Ewing's time. So it was Patrick Ewing's time, and he didn't succeed in it. Hakeem Olajuwon did, and he won 2 titles. And right now, it's starting to look like that. There's no Jayson Tatum, and to be honest with you, this is our time. So I'm ecstatic for New York right now. Because
Do
I
you
think we know we're
do,
going to be playing past the semifinals.
do you have a favorite moment so far from the Knicks?
Um, every moment has been great. I think Jaylen, you know, Jaylen Brunson. I'm sorry. I didn't know he was that nice. I need to be honest about that because I think people, they did all those trades. I was like, I don't what's big about
Oh,
Bronson,
I watched him
and I
over in
didn't know.
Dallas.
Oof,
Oh yeah,
Lord
he
have
was that.
mercy, Jesus. Why would you let that kid walk out the door?
Well, you see, they let Luka out the door, so you know why.
Yeah, but his ass was out of shape.
They didn't want to pay Brunson, so
How you let that look now? Yeah,
uh-huh.
I don't care what they got for this future draft. How that look now?
So Jaylen Brunson leads New York to a championship. Where does that put him in Knick history?
Past Patrick Ewing as greatest of all time. Well, he's right up there with Willis Reed now. Facts.
Oh, hold on.
Bringing a championship title?
Hold on. I just asked my partner, I said, if Jaylen Brunson brings them to a championship, where does this put him all time? And you said
Past Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing never got us a title. And as great as he is, one of the greatest Knicks of all time, he goes above them if he gets even Mad Dog Radio from Doggy? Mad Dog Radio will even tell you that. He will surpass all of them if he brings a title.
What, he's been over there 2 years?
Brunson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2 years, he's about to pass Patrick Ewing.
And he's not 100%, is he?
Yeah, he's 100%. He ain't injured.
Okay. Because they made it seem like he wasn't 100%.
No, he is.
Okay.
At 30 years old, wow.
I will say this, though. That Detroit series had me, that had me shook. Because I kind of felt like with Detroit, we were lucky to get out of some of those games. The Knicks were lucky to get out of some of those games. But, because they're a young team. They're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the Knicks, man. I mean, even with Boston, I kind of felt like I think we might hit our course with Boston. Not to say I thought we were going to lose, but, if they did, I understand it. They're the champs.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look like that no more. But the Knicks look like they're the top team. And now with Tatum out, they're going to really look like it. And let's look at this part. They got Indiana, which Indiana likes to run up and down the court. That's what I'm concerned about. Because we see with Cleveland, they're running them right off the court.
Yep.
Which I'm not trying to sidetrack that. I don't know why teams with the Pacers, why do you keep trying to continue to run down the court with Indiana? I've seen teams this year, because, I watch basketball too, in the midst of all of what we're covering. Why do you try to run up and down the court with those kids? They like to run. Stop running with them. Slow the game down. They will run your asses right off the court. But they're not sidetracked. No, if the Knicks, oh man, they get back to the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's against the Pacers. Remember those classic days against Reggie Miller and Patrick Ewing and Oakley and Dale Davis and Larry Bird and Pat Riley and all. Oh man, classics.
I want a 7-game series between the Knicks and the Pacers.
Yeah.
I'm a Celtic fan. I accept the defeat. That's gonna be ill.
I've been watching the series, but I haven't been watching every part of it because just what everything that we're involved in. Is Porzingis playing?
I got 5 minutes before we have to move on to the next topic.
Okay.
So what you really want to say is what happened. Yes, yes, Porzingis is playing like dog trash, but I got to give you an overarching of what happened. Mm-hmm. Again, credit to the Knicks. We did not.
I want to hear your perspective.
We did not lose because Jayson Tatum got injured.
Okay.
What I'm gonna say is this, because we don't have much time, but I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. This law should be death to analytic basketball. Y'all guys know what analytic basketball is?
Yep,
well, let's play this way because the stat sheet says this. Boston got caught up in that. I'm not saying that we should have ran over the Knicks, but from every aspect, we should at least beat the Knicks in 5 to 6 games. We got caught up in the hype. We got caught up in shooting all those 3-pointers. And I'm saying this as a diehard Celtic fan. So, speedy recovery to Jayson Tatum. He's going to be out all next year. But this should be, hopefully when he gets healthy, death to analytic basketball. Hopefully when they rebuild what they have to rebuild, they take a different approach 2 years from now. That's the best I could say without going into a 15-minute spill. That's what happened to us. We got caught up in that analytic bullshit about why we need to take 53 pointers a game. If you play basketball, you know sometimes you got to put pressure on the rim and sometimes you got to be a dog.
Yeah.
That taking 53 pointers a game ain't going to cut it when you facing the New York Knicks. I got one more point.
No, guys, well, that's your question. Go ahead.
Respect to the Knicks, but I'm going to say this about the Celtics. The worst thing that could have happened to the Celtics is this. When you defend the title, you want to see a great title defense in any sport. Football, boxing, baseball, basketball. Y'all going to have to figure this out for 2 years from now because what you don't want to happen is the Buster Douglas effect. Real quick, y'all should know
God.
Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas was known for knocking Mike Tyson out. Got the championship.
Yeah.
Can you tell me real quick what happened to his career after that?
He went down the next fight and was sniffing his nose like, I'm already paid. And I went down in history from knocking Mike Tyson out.
Thank you. Now you see the correlation.
Yeah.
Why I said the Boston Celtics do not, this core does not want to have the Buster Douglas effect. Yay, you won the title. You can't take championships away. Congratulations. But your title defense was shit. Evander Holyfield came in there and knocked y'all out.
Yeah.
Evander Holyfield made quick work of Buster Douglas, and then Buster Douglas retired, and we never. Yeah, he still gets brought up in videos 30 years later, but that's it. You do not want that to be. You do not want that how this ends the J era with Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So again, speedy recovery, Jayson Tatum. I have no doubt that Brad Stevens is going to fix whatever he needs to fix. But death to analytic basketball because you do not want to end up with the Buster Douglas effect. Before I transition to topics.
I just was thinking,